nigga, you must be sick. All you talk about is just get rich. Choke my neck, nigga, and ice my bitch. Beat the system with chains and whips.
Hey guys, welcome back to Side B. I'm Ashir.
I'm Connor.
And today we're going to be doing a review of the Clipse album, Let God Sort 'Em Out. So this album came out in July, so we're a little bit late on here. But, you know, we still wanted to get our thoughts in. I think right off the bat, we can both say that this is a pretty damn good album, right?
Absolutely. I've been listening to this since Ace Trumpets dropped, and it has not left my rotation. My on repeat is literally this entire album. It's hard for me to really get into an album like this for this long consistently, but this album pulled all the strings for me, and I'm happy to be talking about it.
Yeah. This has not been in my rotation nearly as much as it has been for Connor. I definitely have enjoyed every listen I've had, but I've just been listening to a bunch of other stuff in between also. I just re-listened to it again right before this review just to kind of refresh myself, and yeah, it's still pretty damn excellent. And it starts off a crazy way too. You know, track number 1, The Birds Don't Sing. Very unexpected opener, right?
Yeah. Like Hell Hath No Fury, great album, does tell a couple deeper stories. I don't think we've seen Clipse this vulnerable ever. And everything about this song, top to bottom, is, you know, extremely emotionally potent for just about anyone.
Yeah.
And just the birds don't sing, they screech in pain is such a powerful statement.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And, you know, like personally for me, obviously this album rings a little bit truer. When you lose a parent, it's something that kind of, you know, shapes your life, and to hear people like Pusha and Malice talking about it openly on a Clipse album it's a breath of fresh air. And I think putting this song on as tribute is really just beautiful, and, you know, it's hard not to like it.
Definitely, yeah. And, you know, they got the perfect man to sing the chorus on here. John Legend singing those lines about the birds don't sing, they screech in pain. Like, that is a perfect opener.
Yeah, and then we go into a pretty ridiculous couple track run here.
Oh yeah.
Chains and Whips. What needs to be said about this? I mean,
yeah,
you get a very, you know, No Church in the Wild type beat with Push and Malice just spitting their asses off, and then you get Kendrick coming in with a verse that's not nearly as controversial as we thought it would be.
Not at all. Yeah.
No, but
all that drama for nothing.
Yeah, it was for nothing. The only thing that's even like kind of controversial is Trump card being used. And whatever, like, fine. But, you know, outstanding verse. The gen scheme is really creative.
Yeah.
He bends a lot of effort to like go through that and make it sound, you know, consistently sonically and lyrically.
I love when rappers do that type of shit. Just like take one scheme and just roll with it for a bit.
It's a flex.
He absolutely killed it. I loved hearing that from him.
And I mean, I watched the concert footage of this in LA when Kendrick got brought out.
Yeah.
You would have thought it was like the Pope. Like that place erupted.
Yeah.
Really cool to see. I mean, great collaboration. And speaking of great collaborations, longtime Clipse fan Tyler the Creator finally gets to shine on a track with some of his heroes.
Yeah. POV, that is up there for like top like 2 or 3 on this album for me. That beat, first of all, is just so infectious, and the hook that Pusha lays is perfect. And yeah, Tyler finally getting to shine on a Clipse song is perfect.
And let's talk about Push for a second.
Yeah.
Because he takes a kind of non-traditional role in this album by not like necessarily backing up off the verses, but doing a lot of the hooks, doing a lot of the things that he doesn't typically do, and doing them shockingly well. He basically has every hook on this album that's not sung.
Yeah.
And he really, despite having some great verses, some great lyrics, some great, you know, everything, he really lets Malice shine. And we'll get to Malice in a little bit, but I think it's really admirable to Push to kind of cede the floor to his brother.
Yeah, I know. I've definitely noticed that about the structure of a lot of these songs. It's always, if there's no guest singer on the hook, it's Push doing the hook. He usually takes like the first verse on like most of these songs. He really is kind of letting space for Malice to kind of take like the crown on a lot of these songs. POV was excellent. All 3 of them were great. I really did love Tyler's verse. Little shot at, I think it was Playboy Cardi, right? But
I think that's what's speculated.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think it's like a shot. I wish it was. I mean, I'd be interested to see that.
I have no idea what that beef would look like.
It would be.
but-
I don't think it would be good.
Oh, it wouldn't, but
It would be awful.
I'll be
But
here for the drama.
It's interesting. I mean, he kind of came out swinging, which we see braggadocious Tyler, but not in this format.
Mhm.
He's very much doing like a Clipse cosplay,
Yeah.
and I think it works really, really well for him.
Mhm.
And I mean, we gotta point out the obvious line. Push Dirty Whites like mosh pits
Yeah.
is funny as fuck. And then we get into the 2 singles, So Be It and Ace Trumpets.
I gotta talk about So Be It real quick.
Okay.
My story with it. So I avoided most of the singles for this album, pretty much all the singles for this album leading up to the release. I had heard the shots that are taken at the end of this, like on Twitter, but I was like, I'm just gonna wait for the album to come out and then I'll listen to it. I knew coming into it that there was an issue with the sample originally, and that at first when I went on to DSPs, they changed the sample for So Be It, but then they fixed it, and they were like, oh, just re-add it, and then you'll have like the original proper version. I thought I did, and it took me so many listens, and then finally seeing a clip on YouTube Shorts for me to be like, wait, what is?
Did you have the part 2 video with like the organ and everything?
I had that version of the song
Yeah,
on my album,
so-
but it wasn't called Part 2.
Yeah.
Still.
So for those who don't know, there is an entirely different version of So Be It out there that is on like a vampire type beat, and it's really unique. But so that was the only one you knew until this dropped.
Yeah, and
That's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, the original is better. That like classic Arab sounding sample, like it works so well for this thing. I do really like the original, the part 2 beat.
I think I like the originality. I don't think it hits as hard as the actual like the sample you mentioned.
I kind of like the dark tone that it has.
I think it would have gotten clown like bad.
You think so?
Yeah.
It would have, because there's no other track on this album
Yeah.
that has that dark of a tone. If the whole album had like a darker tone, then that would have fit.
As
but-
much as I would like to see Pharrell do Castlevania type beats, like I'm happy with it not being on the album. I like it as an auxiliary though.
Pretty impressive that he cooked that up so quickly.
Oh yeah.
When like as they had this like sample clearance issue. You know the story about how they finally got the sample cleared?
No.
I don't know the exact details, but it's of Arab origin, the
Mhm.
sample. And to get it cleared, they reached out to Swiss Beats, who apparently owns a camel racing company, like a camel race betting company out in Saudi Arabia.
What the
So
fuck?
through that, he had the connects needed to talk to the sample owners and
get it
convince them
cleared?
to get it cleared. So
What do you think that conversation was like?
I don't know, bro, but shout out to
You get-
Swiss Beats.
Yeah,
like,
you get like on your Microsoft Teams like meeting with camel racing company, and then the guy shows up. I was like, hey, you know that song? Can you clear this? Like, what the fuck? But that is hilarious.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Ace Trumpets, as I mentioned to you before, it's gonna be my most listened to song of the year.
Mhm.
Since the moment it came out on single, I've been listening to it. The performances they've done of it live are outstanding. It's not the best song on the album, but it's a great pop
It's up
on and
there.
listen. Yeah, it's up
Yeah,
there.
it's
It's
up
a
there,
great
yeah.
pop on and listen. I think it's the best pop on and listen song of the album.
Yellow diamonds look like pee-pee. That is,
Yeah.
as silly as it sounds, that is an anthem line. Like
It's a
for this
bar
year.
and it means something.
Yeah.
Like there's a measurement for diamonds that is like abbreviated into PP. It's like or
Yeah.
some shit. But
I like how
I don't know why he started with that.
Yeah, I don't know either, but I do like how he keeps the rhyme
Me too.
scheme going throughout the whole thing. He even bends like
Yeah.
Wi-Fi to Wi-Fi.
Which
That-
is technically true.
Yeah, and that works too in that case. So
I also love Malice's like national themes verse,
Mhm.
like going back towards like Italy, Gandhi. Like
yeah,
it's pretty cool. I mean, we're gonna get to Malice again. I have something prepared for later in the review, but really just he's fucking spitting.
Next up, we had All Things Considered, featuring The Dream and Pharrell. I do like this track. I'm not like totally all in on Pharrell's singing on this one, and actually all of his singing on the album. I don't know why he's using so much autotune. Like, you've heard Pharrell sing before, right? He can sing.
I think you're being a little nitpicky. I think his
A
singing
little.
is fine.
It's fine. It caught me. It really caught. It grew on me now. Like this
Yeah.
this listen we just did, I was okay with it. But first listen, it really. I don't know why it threw me off so
If
much.
you're expecting like Get Lucky, you're about 10 years too late.
I don't know. I thought he sounded the same. Like I don't like
I think
generally. But
I think Pharrell sounds passable. I'm happy he's here.
yeah.
The Dream, not really a necessary verse, but it was
Mhm.
pretty good. I'm not gonna, write home about it, but
Yeah.
it was a good little change of pace. The beat on this song when it comes in is just ridiculous.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but pretty good song. Now for what's widely considered the best song on the album, Mike Tyson, "Blow to the Face."
Yeah.
Thoughts?
This was another one that grew on me. I was like okay on it first listen, but after a couple more listens, just like the way the beat first comes in, it really does hit. The hook, like I thought it was silly at first, but it really did grow on me. Like
Yeah.
Mike Tyson, blow to the face, like that really grew on me. I think it's another standout on the album.
So I took a little time before this to write a little breakdown of what my favorite verse on the album is, and that's Malice's verse on this. One of these triple entendres is pretty well known. The other one is not so much spoken about. Our screenwriters, we dream writers, took change and touch change like King Midas. Imitation is flattery. They seem like us, but only 300 bricks can make you Leonidas. So with the one that's like pretty well known, Leonidas, famous for his stay at Thermopylae, with the movie 300 kind of making it a little bit of a drama. And what it's kind of pointing to here, on one hand, this is the well-known one, is kind of the high risk, high reward kind of nature of the life here. You're a soldier, you're living in this like, a canyon fighting off people. 2, 300 Spartans are famous for forming like a line, like a wall. And the way he alludes to it is like 300 bricks can make you Leonidas. He's forming a wall of his bricks, basically. And then additionally, Leonidas was a big Colombian trafficker that worked with El Chapo on a massive cocaine operation. So that's the first one that's pretty well known. That's on Genius.
Yeah.
Second, the one that I find a little more interesting is the King Midas line.
Yeah.
Which we see like, you are screenwriters, we dream writers. So, and then touch chains like Leonidas. First things first, King Midas is a movie from 2003. In that movie, the definition or the summary of that movie synopsis is somewhere between the cocaine and the money, hip-hop producer Tommy Gold loses sight of the music he once loved and the dream he once had of making it. So screenwriters being literally the makers of the movie, dream writers being he literally made their dream. He lived it. He was there. He, through cocaine and money, he kind of lost track of what he loved, and that's hip-hop.
Yeah.
That's literally kind of like an anecdote and summary of Malice's life. And then another one, King Midas is also of the Sinaloa cartel, El Chapo's family, another very well-known associate of El Chapo. So immediately he does, Greek mythology on the surface. You get El Chapo's associate and well-known trafficker and smuggler, and you get King Midas the movie alluding to the screenwriting line before. And I have not seen this anywhere on the internet.
I'm surprised because that's a pretty clear reference.
I've not seen it anywhere. I believe I'm the first person to find it.
Hey, here we go.
You found it here first?
Yeah.
This is gonna go into the reels.
And I think that really speaks to the level of writing throughout this whole album. Just they really are just coming in with bar after bar. And the fact that these guys, they're on the older side of rappers. The fact that they were able to do that for so many tracks straight and pack so much into it and get to the level where there are multiple triple entendres just speaks to the incredible writing ability that both of them have.
What's crazy to me about the way this album is written, like you said, these are 2 older guys. They sound completely contemporary. They sound like they're, young. They never lose that kind of spark, that energy. And additionally, I've mentioned this before we talked about this album, just the word economy. There is not a wasted word. There's no filler. Every single line means something.
Their flows are really
it's
tight.
It's ridiculous, yeah. And to see that coming from these 2 guys that have, not worked together in some time. Malice has been rapping for a while. This is his return to Clipse, but he's been around under No Malice for a little bit.
Yeah.
But not to this level.
Because that was more I haven't heard much of that stuff, but that was more Christian rap, right?
Yeah.
This is his return to that world of Clip.
But we're not even done with the interview or the review yet. So M.T.B.T.T.F.
Yep.
Pretty great song. Fun and quirky production.
Yeah, I agree. That was another one where just kind of this middle stretch of songs really took time to grow on me, just because they're putting in a lot of bars on the whole album, but I feel this middle chunk they're kind of squeezing in a lot extra.
Yeah.
So there is a lot to kind of dissect and comb through, and it's still gonna take me a lot more listens to fully get everything. But no, yeah, another great track.
Absolutely. FICO featuring Stove God Cooks.
Dude, his hook on here, it's so good.
Oh, he is
I
outstanding.
love it. Yeah, he's from the like Griselda movie.
I got him mixed up.
Yeah.
I thought it was Abliva because he brought both of them out on tour, if I'm not mistaken. And Stove God Cooks was the New York stop. So
Yeah.
I would have gotten to see him if I wanted to spend money.
Damn.
FICO.
Yeah,
I
excellent
mean,
song.
what do you even got to say about it? So far ahead, or no, Glorious Bastards.
Yeah, I really love the production on this.
It is so fun.
Yeah,
It sounds like it would be in a Tarantino movie.
it absolutely does. Yeah,
Those like funny horns.
yeah, it's just like the pace of that song, like the way it keeps going with the
Yeah.
horns. Like, yeah, it's really fun.
And it's interesting on this track, the way the actual rapping is done. It also helps to push the track along.
It
Like,
does.
It sets
yeah.
the pace for the track, which is
Yeah.
really cool. So I mean, great song, Glorious Bastards. Probably one of my favorite on the album. So far ahead, I think we have different opinions on this song.
I think we did. I think just now when we just like re-listened to the album, it grew on me. Originally, what kind of put me off was it felt like too much of a clash between like the hook and the verses.
Okay.
But I think it does. I think it does blend better now for me.
I do really especially love Pharrell's little hook, because they don't know what it is when I got it. Once they figure it out, I don't want it.
Yeah.
That is his entire career. He's always like, I'm glazing Pharrell a little bit. He is one step ahead constantly,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and he deserves his flowers for just being a constant innovator. And I mean, all of this album, Pharrell is putting in work. So flowers to Pharrell.
Yeah, definitely. Track 12, Let God Sort Them Out / Chandeliers. This is one of my favorites on the album. I really enjoyed like both halves of this song. The first half, it's great. Pusha and Malice are great on there. But the second half, man, the beat switch and the way Nas comes in on it, those like heroic sounding like
The horns.
yeah, it's so good. And I really love how Nas took time to point out how we've kind of had this wave of like a lot of like old school rappers really kind of coming back and putting out big, like relatively big, great albums this late into their careers. And Nas was kind of like the first of like that old generation to really do that. With his King's Disease series and everything that he's done with Hit Boy. So I'm glad he kind of put that out there. Like, yeah, like this is kind of part of like the victory lap that I started.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And for some fucking reason, people say that Nas's verse is the worst on the album.
Really?
That seems to be a pretty common opinion,
Oh, that's crazy.
which is not true to me. I think when I listened to it, I expected a little more from Nas.
I expected a longer verse, but what he gave was
pretty
still,
good,
Was
yeah.
still great. Yeah.
It was good. I think it's far from the worst. No one's bad.
No,
but
yeah,
it's-
no one's
But
bad.
like Nas is not the worst verse on this album.
Yeah. We can give that to the Dream.
I wouldn't even say it's
It's
fine.
not even bad. It's
Yeah.
not even bad. It's not even bad. But yeah, like I can't believe people would say Nas's verse was bad. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Final song, By the Grace of God.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I think it's a great closer. Definitely not the strongest song on the album.
Yeah, I think it was smart to close it this way because when you look at like the Birds Don't Sing, and then you look at tracks 2 through 12,
Banger, 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 banger.
Yeah,
bang,
it's
and then
like-
you mellow back down.
Yeah, you needed to kind of tie it back to the title of the album also a bit. So I think it was a smart choice. It's not a bad song at all.
I do think the themes are interesting of them kind of thanking God for letting them make it out.
Yeah.
While all of their friends and a lot of the people they came up with are, in jail for life or in X, Y, or Z location.
Yeah,
Um,
that comes up a few times throughout like
Yeah.
the latter half of the album. But yeah,
it's a very potent theme. Obviously, these two guys were, they were really about it. And like way back in the day with Clipse, I think it was their old manager got busted, spent a couple
Yeah.
years locked up. Like these guys have a long history of, people they know being put in prison and just losing a lot of loved ones through the prison industrial complex for a very long time. So it's a great song. It's a message that they needed to say, and
Yeah.
you can feel the emotion in it. Just when you have a track list that's this strong of consistent high energy bangers, and you have that one Birds Don't Sing that's really emotionally impactful, this has a tendency to slip through the cracks.
yeah, I agree.
But that's about all I've got to say.
Let's go with favorite tracks. I'm gonna go with that stretch from tracks 2 through 5.
Yeah.
Is just insanity. That is the best track we wrote this year. It's up there.
Definitely.
I'm gonna go with POV
Okay.
just because the beat and Push's hook, it's been stuck in my head for a while.
Yeah. If we're looking to my most played song, it's Ace Trumpets or Mike Tyson Blow to the Face. But favorite song, I mean, like I said, like I've lost a parent. It's not easy, and no one really talks about it in music.
Mm-hmm.
So Birds Don't Sing is just, it's a gut punch in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it needed to be said by somebody eventually, and I just really appreciate the fact that Push and Malice were able to be vulnerable and talk about it that way.
Least favorite song? I don't think we can call. I think worst is like not the right term for an album like this good, but least favorite.
By the Grace of God.
Yeah, for me it's a toss up between By the Grace of God and All Things Considered.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much more to say. It's just, it's a solid album all the way through. It's not even a solid album, it's a great album all the way through.
Definitely a great album.
Didn't expect it when it was announced to be this good, but I'm pleasantly surprised that it was.
Yeah, I thought, because like they announced a Clipse reunion and like a new project like almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And we know because of the UMG like bullshit that it got delayed, but I thought for a moment that like it was just gonna get kicked down the road for a bit, but no, it actually came out and
Very glad it came out.
lived up to I think everyone's expectations.
Or surpassed.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a real strong 8.
I'm gonna give it like a strong 9.
Okay.
I think there's barely any missing on the album,
Mm-hmm.
and what it does great, it does great.
Yeah, I
So,
agree.
It's very nearly perfect for me.
What's the average of that? 8.5.
Okay,
Pretty damn good.
pretty damn good.
One of the best of the years for sure. I think it's probably gonna be on both of our top 10 lists, right?
I think, yeah, definitely that. I think this album is going to win a Grammy. I'm hoping it does.
Probably. Yeah,
I think they
definitely.
deserve it. And I mean, they performed at the Vatican, which for 2 religious guys is probably, a dream come true.
Mhm.
I mean, just all around great album, great cultural value. It's, not culturally inappropriate. I think it's very culturally appropriate.
I love that sound effect.
yeah, me too. That's such a
It
fun
goes so
sound
hard.
effect.
Yeah. Guys, enjoy this review. Be sure to like and subscribe and let us know. If there's anything else you guys want us to check out, review, react to, let us know as well. We have a couple more reactions and reviews on the way, but yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.
Peace.
Peace.